Hi, I'm Josh Ellsworth with Stahl's CAD-CUT Direct, and it's been a little while since we announced our Stahl's Tech line of heat transfer materials for decorating performance wear. These materials are printable on any eco-solvent printer or solvent-based printer such as the Roland VersaCAM. Since launching the products, we've had tremendous feedback and we've had some extremely creative uses for the materials, and I'd like to show you one of those uses now that really highlight the performance benefits of this product. And the product we're going to use is called the CAD Foil Tech, which is just one of the products in the whole Stahl's Tech family. So come on over to the heat press and let me show you this cool application. So the heat press we'll be using for today's application is the Stahl's Hotronix Fusion heat press. And I'll be heat printing onto one of the Sport Tech garments from Sanmar. And I'll start by loading the garment. I'm going to load it a little off center because I'm going to do a pretty unique application here and go up and over the seam of the shoulder and then also do a sleeve print to match. So I'll load the garments exactly how I want it. I'm going to just try to get this as flat as I possibly can because I'm going to come up and over this seam. Start with a cover sheet to preheat this, just to try to get a nice flat pressing area. A few seconds preheat will be fine. And then I'll start to lay out my printed Foil Tech design. In this case, we've printed a fish, a nice high photo quality fish on the Foil Tech in the metallic silver color. We experimented with this on a couple different colors, and metallic silver was really nice. It showed the fish off beautifully. It's a really cool design, maybe for a group that's going out on a fishing trip or boating or something like that. So explore a little bit different applications for this materials and different types of photo quality opportunities, because not a lot of technology types can touch this if you own a printer cutter. So this material is very thin, very soft. If you haven't heard about it or seen it before, it applies at a low temperature, only 280 degrees for 2 steps of 5 seconds each, and it goes nicely directly over the seam. So we're actually going to run the fish over the seam up into the shoulder area and show you how we also can leverage our sleeve platen as well to make a nice completed look. So let me start with pressing this one on. 280 degrees, 5 seconds. Nice medium pressure. It's a warm peel, so just give the design a couple seconds to cool down, and then I'll start to release it, the mask, from the material. Goes beautifully right over the seam, and then I'll cover it back with my cover sheet. Choose any cover sheet you like. I'm using craft paper here today. Finish it off for 5 seconds. This is going to give it the durability that outlasts the life of the garment. Get a close look at that over the seam application there. Then I'm going to come back momentarily and complete this look by applying a line and a lure on the sleeve so the fish is chasing the lure. But before I change out my platen on the heat press to do that, I want to do a print on the back as well. One cool thing about this press, if you haven't seen it before, you can just print and spin the shirt without removing it from the press to get over to the back, making sure all collars, seams, etc. are hanging off the edge. Give this a quick preheat on the back since we haven't been on the back yet. And then I'm going to use another product that's really underutilized called Fashion Reflect. This particular product comes in about 10 colors. This is the reflective white, which will be great for folks going out on this boat for their fishing trip, because when they're setting off in the early morning hours or coming back in the evening hours, this is going to have some great retro reflectivity to it so everybody can see them. So with Fashion Reflect, I'll start with a hit of 5 seconds as well. I want to peel this off hot as quick as I can. And then I'm going to cover it and finish it for the remaining time, temperature, and pressure. this is our completed fashion reflect part of the design, and we'll show you that at the end of the video, reflecting with a light on it. Very soft, stretchable, great for performance fabrics as well. And now let's change the platen out and complete our look with the fish jumping onto the shoulder of the garment. So quick change out, there's just a little latch. I unhook on this side of the press, swap off my 16 by 20 inch platen. And the great thing, if you own a Fusion or a Air Fusion heat press from Hotronics, the sleeve attachment is something new that's out. You can just lock that into place. You can print a full long sleeve on it. You can also print a pant leg on it. For this application, I'm just going to do a short sleeve, but I'm going to thread the garment so I get a nice flat pressing area here. Cover and preheat the sleeve. Of course, anytime you load a new attachment, you want to dial your pressure back in. And then I'll grab my last component of my design, which is the line and the lure. Just position it so we got the fish chasing it. When the person's wearing this garment, it's going to come over the shoulder. It's going to be a really cool finished look. Make sure I'm completely flat underneath the area here. All of my design is getting pressure on the attachment. Five seconds. Remove the backing warm. And then complete it for an additional 5. The entire Stalls Tech family of products is available by visiting CAD-CUTdirect.com. This is just one of the finishes in the Foil Tech range. Let's take a nice look at this completed garment.